How many of you want to hear more from that beautiful voice? This person by the name of Jonah. That's what we say, Jonah, in the Bible. Jonah. Jonah was a man of God who wanted so much to see the will of God being done in the life of the people. He worked hard and worked hard. But Jonah had forgotten something that a lot of us here forget too. He wanted God to do things his way. So he wanted God to take care of the people that did not want to hear what the Lord was saying. Jonah. And listen, it got to a point he did not know that God, as many of us don't know, when you go against him, he will warn you the first time. He will do it again the second time. He will do it again the third time. And then it gets to a point where he changes numbers. He can do to Pastor Nudu 3 times, do to Nicole 20 times, do to Pastor Jerry 50 times, do to you 1 time. You cannot figure out God. Jonah this one time decided to disobey God. God told him, you have to go preach the gospel. You got to go tell these people what I want them to hear. But guess what he did? You guys remember? What did he do?
Run away.
Where did he go?
Tarshish.
He did not want to go to Nineveh. He disobeyed God and decided to go where God did not tell him to go. The life you have, right there, the life you have, it is never your own life. Somebody in heaven owns your life, and he sits right in front of a switch that controls your breathing. When he turns that switch off, you're gone. You can play and act crazy and do all kind of things, but there's God in heaven who is sitting right in front of a switch that controls your breathing. We forget that. When you keep on acting crazy, you don't want to hear, you don't want to listen. He sends message. He warns you. He says this and he says that, and you don't want to listen. He gets to the point where he said, I am done. He stretches his hand towards the switch. He turns the switch off. The process, listen to me very carefully. This is somebody, God talking to you. When he stretches his hands towards the switch. That process, listen to me, that process of stretching the hand towards the switch is when you go through trouble. It means God is stretching his hand towards the switch. He has the power to bring the hand back. If you are smart enough to say, I surrender, he will get his hand back off the switch. Jonah disobeyed God, and God did one step that many in this room, you don't even know that you are there. He put Jonah in a jail. Just because you're sitting there, it don't mean that you are okay. Some of you are in a jail of some kind. Jonah was swallowed by a big fish and stayed in the fish for how long? 3 days. Now, you can think whatever you can think, but man, it is one thing to be in the jail cell, is another thing to be in the stomach of a fish. I just don't have Jonah's cell phone number to ask him how it was like to be in the belly of that fish. 3 days. Listen to me before I close. Listen to me. This is very important for some of you here. The Bible never says, God never says he pre-planned to put Jonah in the belly for 3 days. The Bible does not say God had planned that he will stay there for 3 days. Jonah stayed there for 3 days. Most likely, when he was in the belly, he changed his mind. And when God saw that the jail time was enough to get his heart to support what God wanted, he commanded the fish to let it go. Here's what I want to tell you. Some of us in this room have disobeyed God for a long time, and we don't see some things happen in our lives, and we don't know that we have been put in a jail, and there's no way we can get out of the jail unless we say yes to God. Some of us here, you are in a marriage that you wish to be out of it. Some of you here are in some kind of a situation. Some kind of a situation that you even don't know how you're going to get out of it. You got all the phone numbers from all the lawyers you can reach out to. But you still don't know if the lawyers are going to get you out of that situation. Some of you got some kind of disease that you cannot tell everybody. It's a jail. It's a jail. And your only way out of that jail is to throw up your hand in the air and tell God, I surrender. I surrender. I need you to get me out of this. God is able to do whatever he said he will do. He's able to change the situation. No matter what sickness you have, God is able to change the situation.